Hello everyone and welcome to my final major project for the EECS1011 course. So what I created was a little game that helps improve hand-eye coordination, reflexes, and a little Arduino game that's that's the point of the game. So we start off with a MATLAB software on a computer, of which is connected to an Arduino Grove board that's connected to a moisture sensor on the port A0, of course with the correct wiring. So we start the game and it asks us to make sure that we have the correct hardware set up, and of course we do. And it asks if we want to play. We do. Then it asks us for our name. Well, my name is Ethan. So we start the game. So it tells us the rules of the game. So essentially, we just want to go through the rules. So essentially, tasks will be propped up on the command window, and we just want to get them done as fast as possible. So we have a little bit of role play here with personalization from our name, and telling us basically, oh, we want to work on our reflexes. Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go through the game twice. First time with our right hand, second time with our left, and then record the times and see what times we get. So for the demo, I'm only going to show my right hand, and then we'll cut to my left and right hand times. But for the right hand, bang. The moisture sensor is cold, we need to warm it up. So we hold it in our hand. Great, on to the next task. We need to cover the light sensor. So we cover the light sensor. Great work, on to the next task. Then the potentiometer. So graph pops up to help visualize where we are in the potentiometer. So we need to adjust its current position, and then it says for us to move it to the right a little bit. So we're going to continue to move it to the right, a bit more to the right, a bit more to the right, a bit more to the right, and bang, we got it. And then there's a fire on the sound sensor, so we're going to rub out that fire. Bang, great work, on to the next task. And then it's going to ask us to hold down the button, of which we do, and now it's telling us to get ready for the left. Next, all right, so we finish it, and then it tells us our time. Altogether, your right hand's time was 48 seconds, and my left hand time was 33 seconds. So maybe next time we can do it faster. If we want to play again, we could click yes, and if not, no. All right, I could just show you the length of the code from the code itself, or I can go through this flowchart relatively quick, which is easier to understand. So to start off, we have initialized the Arduino, then we ask the user if they want to play the game. Whatever their answer is, select the results, no, and yes. We explain the rules, then we create an array called function list, which has our functions within it. Then we generate a random number and assign them to each of the functions. Then we start the game. We go to A, and then it's start the right-hand section, start the right-hand timer. I is equal to 1. Is I equal to or less than whatever the length of random orders, in this case 4. Yes, it is. I plus plus, so obviously I gets an added value. Current function equals function list. We call the function corresponding to the I value, and then the function is played. So whatever task that is, it gets played. Once I is greater than 5, we move on to the left hand. Our right hand timer ends, left hand timer starts, same thing. Then we get into displaying the left and right hand times, and then asking the user if they want to play again. So here's an example of the moisture sensor function. So one of the easier tasks in the game. So obviously completion equals 0. Is completion equal to 0? If it is, then they obviously start the task. We read the moisture sensor. Is the moisture sensor voltage less than or equal to 3? Yes. Once this user holds it in their hand, it's going to equal yes. And then completion is going to get a value of 1, and obviously not be able to go into the loop and end the function. Next, we're going to go over some of the functions and loops or conditional statements that we're using in the function. So a simple example would be the if statement, basically asking if the user wanted to play the game, great, let's play, they continue. If not, we end the function. Whatever, just some random log. Here the game begins. So we have the main for loop actually that runs the game so we run it from 1 to the length of the current, whatever the random order is. So in this case it's 4, and the current function. So in the for loop, we go current function equals function list random order I. So we get the I, whatever I equals, that number of the array of random order, and plug that into the array of function list, which gives us the function from, of course, the corresponding function in function list. Then we obviously run that function, throw an Arduino object as an input because that's what it needs to run with the sensors. And finally, for requirement 4, we use the live graph to help the user realize where the voltage is when using the potentiometer, because obviously just going left and right doesn't really tell you where you are, but using the live graph will tell you whether you're at high voltage or low voltage, and basically help you understand from there what the prompts are telling you, whether it is you need to turn right or left, and just helps you visualize what's actually going on in the system.